that we've had. They've been very intentional. We're all trying to get on the same page, trying to make each other better, put each other in positions that are going to make our team successful. And I think
the drama surrounding Caitlin Clark and WNBA officiating has officially reached its boiling point. And this time, it wasn't just a viral tweet, a fan meltdown, or another bruised elbow camouflaged as defense. No, this time, it happened live. On ESPN, courtesy of none other than Ruocco and Lobo. The broadcast that was supposed to be just another chapter in Caitlin Clark's electric rookie season quickly turned into a courtroom, a therapy session, and a whistleblower. Moment all rolled into one, and somehow, without raising their voices or breaking their professional veneer. Ruocco and Lobo said what we've all been screaming at our screens for weeks: this is not okay. This isn't just basketball, this is targeted chaos. And Caitlin Clark. She's the crash test dummy the league is apparently okay with sending through the windshield again and again. It began subtly, almost innocently. Indiana Fever versus Dallas Wings, another marquee game, another national spotlight. Fans tuned in to watch Caitlin Clark weave magic with her handles and drain logo threes like she's toying with gravity. But as the game unfolded, it was clear. Something was off. And no, it wasn't Caitlin's performance. It was the silence. The whistle-shaped silence. The kind that hangs in the air like a bad smell after yet another defender hacks, grabs, or body checks her with impunity. And then, like a beam of sanity piercing through a cloud of gaslighting, Lobo finally said it. Live on air. She called it what it was. This wasn't just missed calls. This was an epidemic. A league-wide allergy to officiating basic fouls. Long as the name on the back of the jersey was Clark, and she wasn't alone. Ruocco, usually smooth, polished, diplomatic, started to crack too. Not in outrage, but in disbelief. That kind of exasperated disbelief that comes when you've been trying to keep it professional for 20 games too long. There was no yelling, no theatrics, just moments of silence, gasps, and those tight-lipped comments dripping with suppressed outrage. And it made everything 10 times more powerful. The camera showed Clark getting mugged up and down the court, being grabbed by the arm, being pushed in transition, getting decked mid-dribble. Frame by frame, the replays told a story that no longer needed exaggeration. This was not incidental contact. This wasn't playoff physicality. This was assault in a basketball jersey, and the referees were acting like they were watching interpretive dance. And now, finally, the broadcasters were done pretending otherwise. Let's be clear. Other players get fouled. This isn't about creating a Caitlin Clark pity parade. But there's a specific, almost ritualistic quality to how she gets fouled. It's not just contact, it's repeated, blatant, high-impact hits that somehow never register with the people paid to notice them. She gets tugged, bumped, elbowed, smacked, and shoved from the moment the ball leaves the referee's hands. And it doesn't matter if she's on the perimeter, the paint, or the locker room hallway. The moment she touches the rock, it's open season. And the Zebras, they're in witness protection. Fans can't even explain this absurdity to newcomers anymore without sounding like conspiracy theorists. You hype up Caitlin. You explain how she's transforming the sport, breaking attendance records, selling out arenas. And then 5 seconds in, she gets suplexed at half court, and the ref just adjusts his shoelaces. What do you even say to that? Welcome to the WNBA, where the rules are a suggestion, and the MVP candidate is apparently made of rubber. This Sunday game on ESPN, this one hit different. Because Lobo and Ruocco weren't just calling the action, they were calling the system out. Lobo, usually composed and careful, started circling missed calls like a courtroom analyst. See here, she'd say, calmly pointing to a clear arm grab that's a foul. No hyperbole. Just facts. Rewind, slow-mo proof. And she kept going. Possession after possession. You could almost hear the frustration in her breath as she tried to maintain her usual neutrality. But even Lobo has her breaking point, and Caitlin getting tossed around like a beach towel every game. That was it. Ruocco, too, hit his limit. He didn't need to scream. His size pauses and carefully chosen words said it all. Wow, he'd murmur after yet another hip check. No call there. And that was the real indictment. When the broadcasters start sounding like they're witnessing a cover-up in real time, the league has a problem. Because these aren't random YouTubers or podcast hosts. These are ESPN's top-tier voices, and they're now practically begging the league to see what's plainly in front of them. What's even more telling, this wasn't just one bad game. This has been the story of Caitlin's entire rookie season. Different arenas, different refs, same silence, and the excuses. They've dried up. She's a rookie. She needs to toughen up. The refs don't want to seem biased. All of it garbage. The truth is, if this were any other superstar, the whistles would be flying like confetti. If this were Breena Stewart, or Aja Wilson, or Sabrina Ionescu, defenders would be fouling out by halftime. But with Caitlin, it's like there's an unspoken mandate. Let her get hit. Builds character. It's gotten to the point where fans genuinely believe there's a league-wide directive not to call fouls on Clark. And honestly, can you blame them? The consistency is too precise to be random. Every single game, Clark ends up on the floor more than she hits the stat sheet. And while the ESPN crew counts the bruises, the league executives stay quiet, smiling in press conferences and tweeting out empty slogans about growth and equality. Let's talk about that growth for a second. The WNBA wants to expand, gain traction, break into mainstream popularity. But how do you expect to grow when your most visible player, the very reason you're getting sellouts and primetime coverage, is being publicly beaten on every possession without accountability? You don't grow by gaslighting your audience. You grow by building trust. And right now, that trust is eroding faster than a shot clock with 2 seconds left. Ruocco Lobo didn't just analyze a basketball game. She exposed a pattern. She spoke for fans, players, and analysts who've been watching in stunned silence as Caitlin Clark plays basketball in what can only be described as a horror movie loop. Every 5 seconds, a new body slam. Every 5 seconds, a ref who suddenly needs prescription glasses. And the most damning moment? Paige Buchers, another young star, admitting in an interview that she had to unlearn actual basketball defense to fit into the WNBA's physical chaos. That she had to forget fundamentals. That the system required her to learn how to foul more effectively. That's not basketball. That's sanctioned street ball with better uniforms. So now here we are, a league with everything to gain. The biggest rookie draw in decades, millions tuning in. Headlines, ticket sales, jerseys flying off shelves. And they're squandering it. Not with scandal, not with corruption, but with something worse. Incompetence. Refusal to see what everyone else already sees. And thank God for commentators like Ruocco and Lobo, because without them, it would just be another night of Caitlin Clark hitting the hardwood while the refs hit snooze. It doesn't have to be like this. No one's asking for preferential treatment, just equal treatment. A foul is a foul, whether it's Caitlin Clark or anyone else. You don't get to ignore violence just because the person it's happening to has a sponsorship deal. You don't get to punish visibility with invisibility. You don't build a league on let them play if what you really mean is let her get played. The WNBA is standing at a crossroads. They can fix this. Retrain the refs, set a standard, enforce it. Or they can keep pretending everything's fine while their crown jewel is turned into a cautionary tale. And trust me, if it's the latter, they'll have no one to blame when fans stop tuning in, not because they don't love the game, but because they can't stomach the spectacle. And through all of this, through every missed call, every uncalled foul, every cracked rib disguised as good hustle, Caitlin Clark keeps playing, keeps getting up, keeps fighting. That's the part that breaks your heart and fuels your respect all at once. Because she's not just playing basketball anymore, she's surviving it. And the people who should be protecting her, they're still blinking in slow motion. So here's a question. How many more games does it take before the league admits what everyone else already knows? How many more broadcasts like this one will it take before the silence breaks? Because Caitlin Clark deserves better. The fans deserve better. And the game itself, it deserves honesty. If you've been watching this unfold and you're just as tired of the silence as we are, let us know in the comments. Should the WNBA face pressure to address this officiating crisis? Do you think the refs have been instructed to go easy on Caitlin Clark's opponents? And how long can the league afford to ignore its most marketable star? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because this saga is far from over.